Alright, lana sisemandela ne, sise-Davidson. So kune-land lana, it's about to be occupied, this land. So siqeda ukubreefa manje ukuthi kuzofika i-MEC bahande over whatever le kumele bamhande over yona, then anikeze i-memorandum, then bese-ke from the community bazocala-ke babasikele indaba. Njengoba nibona laphayana abantu bayabhalisa because kumele kuyenzakale into e-right laphayana, and namhlanje chaos ayifuneki. Sicela ukuthi nje nayo i-MEC mangabe iyafika isinikeze indawo as promised, isinikeze nje indawo abantu abamnyama bafuna indawo zokuhlala, then kuphela nje.
Enye into khona ukuthi into ezakalayo umlungu uvumile ukuthi asinikeze indawo, uthi indawo yasinikeza yethu yavuma, then manje silinde ukuthi i-government yethu yenzeni, ithathe that land bese yenzeni isayini inikeze umlungu imali yayo the way kukhulume ngakhona. That's why manje kuzohanda over in memorandum to kumeya o-MEC bese izosiphendula isitshele ukuthi yenzakalani. If MEC ayisiphenduli yona, that means kumele siyenzeni, sithatha amanye ama-action ezinye izinto. Into esilindele kuphela silinde basinikeze iland. Uyababona abantu abahleli abanganandawo zokuhlala bangakanani abantu abanandawo zokuhlala, but iland ikhona. Why bangasinikezi iland? Abasiniki iland because sizokwazi ukwenza izinto zethu zibe right. Abantwana bethu bathola indawo yokuhlala, umphakathi iyouth egcwele la ayinandawo zokuhlala, abasebenze futhi abanye abantu. Sibethe abasinikeze iland bese yonke into izoba right. Ngiyabonga mama.
And enye into futhi siyavota nge-8, so kumele futhi nakhona sibone sithole ukuthi sivotelana, asikhathele kahle ama-empty promises from the government. Ngapha siyasokola while sibona amalenda ahleli la. Njengami kahle I need the piece of land kuphela nje.
Wako kupi pale? Bona pakwako la pale.
Mina ngumlambo, Siphiwe Mlambo, igama lami oyishephesini yalo mphakathi wala eMandela. Silapha nje injongo yethu silwela, sifuna indawo lapho sizofaka khona abantu, sizokwakha khona abantu, because abantu bahlala kuma-backyard, abantu bakhulela emakhaya, nabantwana babo bakhulela emakhaya, baphinde babe nezizulu ezikhulela emakhaya. Indawo zikhona lapho kungafakwa khona abantu ukuthi bakhe imikhukhu noma bakhe amakhaya wabo. So manje silapha nje sizele kuzohand over i-memorandum yethu ku-MMC, ukuthi MMC sikhulumisane naye ukuthi uyasivumela ukuthi akhulumisane nalo mnikazi wale nsimu owujani ukuthi uyasinikeza insimu le ukuthi sakhe imikhukhu yethu leyo ndawo. Silapha njengoba nibona nje kugcwele abantu la ngaphandle, asilwi asimoshi, kodwa size njengomoya wokuthula sizohand over i-memorandum yethu. As ushephesini wala ekhaya ngila kule ndawo, ngimelane nomphakathi, angimelelanga nokuthi kumoshwe izinto zabantu, ngimelane nomphakathi okhona owala eThwathwa as a whole ukuthi sizobonisana ngale ndaba le, sikhulumisana no-MMC. So siyabonga ngoba umphakathi wethu awumoshi, umphakathi wethu awenzi izinto ezirongo, sikwazile ukukhuluma nawo ngendlela efanele, nabantu bomthetho sikhulumile nabo sisaya kubo ukukhulumisana nabo ukuthi sicela ukuthi basigadele umphakathi wethu ungamosheli izinto, futhi kungabi bikho abantu ababoshwayo ngoba sifuna end up kunabantu ababoshwayo, asifuna end up kunabantu abadutshulwayo. Sifuna into yethu ihambe ngokohlelo lomthetho, sivumelane nomlungu nabo bonke ngathi sifunayo.
Mama nabo baba ubaba lo simlindile ngathi sekazosondela usendleleni. Into sicelayo sona khona siyabonga kakhulu. So njengoba sizwena ngisho angisho thina siwa ama-corruption bakhethiwe-ke abantu abazayongena lapha phakathi i-memorandum nayo sekhona ngisho songena-ke lapha-ke sihambise i-memorandum angeni abantu abane-corruption angisho sikhethiwe angeke singene sonke bantu bakithi sifuna indawo yethu ukuthi ilunga ngisho nge-corruption angeke siyilungise besikhethe sohambisa i-memorandum ngisho uma ngabe sekafikile-ke lapha sizawusondela-ke lapha kuye ayireceive i-memorandum we are not saying ukuthi asinikeze i-7 days or amalanga amaningi sizozwa ngaye i-response siyifuna as soon as possible so sicela kusinikezeni ithuba i-chance and then ngicela ukuthi sibambaneni into sicela yona kakhulu ukuthi ukuze azomamela ikhalazo zethu masingashiyisini amatayela lapha estradini ngisho ukuhlabelela singahlabelela sigide newesigida ngakhona mara singashisi amatayela singavali izindlela izimoto zidlule lapha senzela i-protection yethu yenu bantu bakakithi asifuni kube khona umuntu olimalayo ngisho nathi njengoba sila ngaphambili sihamba nani akunamuntu ozasifaka imali esikhwameni akunamuntu ozasipha amaswidi asikhathi lokho siyongena-ke lapha simnikeze leyo memorandum uma sibuya siyabuya futhi siyanazisa ukujabulisa kakhulu ukuthi nawe uyabona ukuthi kwenzakalani so uma nizohamba nisishiye sisodwa yonke into esizobe siyikhuluma lapha angeke ibonakala ngisho so uma nikhona la at least empowerment ikhona naye uzawubona siyabonga kakhulu
maybe also connect with the
kubonakala izimoto zabantu zakhe zimoto zikapolishi and indawo erafu so sikhona thina sifuna zamanje indawo ethathe indawo erayithi singabonakali singabantu noma abangafuna lemithetho.
To add, kusho ukuthi enye problem yethu nabantwana fana nabo lama-activity esinawo mancane, sihleli sibaningi, abanye balala emakhishini, abanye balala emagcantini, so sathi ekithi makungavuleleka ngapha indawo ukuthi abantwana nabo bakhona ukuzimela ngoba abanye bakhala ngokuthi dala izinto basibambisa mara izinto aziveli, abanye sigcwele nje vele maphupheni East Mandela. Siyingako sikhalela ukuthi iPSTC nani ngasikhulumela nje ukuthi sikhone ukusebenzisa lesigaba lesi ukulahlelwa kuzo izinto eziningi.
It's not difficult for me to say
so that we can understand what is his plan, what is he trying to do, so that we can get it right. Because you might find that he says we must buy this land. Our experience doesn't because we had to pay extra money to the soil. Plus a particular it's not the one that was so we have to pay it. So we don't want to put you here and it's dogmatic. So we must understand this land, how it is structured, and then we take it out. The second thing that we must include is that we are trying very much to contain environmental concerns. It's very expensive. We understand the pressures. That's why we're going to this money should be invested in as members of the community. We're investing it to business people because we have constitutional obligations. Water, sanitation, so we are not going to implement decisions of other parties. So we would rather work with you in a structured way to establish all the participants what needs to happen and take it. So we want to approach you with this information, pick it up, then you form a small committee. Even when we go specific, we'll go with you so that we don't leave it behind on the negotiation. The biggest appeal for us and it's very limited to our security. Trying very much it's very, very good. That's why we have a situation then the process of
Celebrate irreservoir kodwa wena unethi simbulu bonita amanzi siyawadinga siyabonga Nkosi Yesu Kristu amanzi sibonga izandla usebenzisile ukuthi ziwanethe amanzi sibonga ingqondo osebenzisa wacabanga ukuthi angeke kanjani. Sibonga ithuba lokusipha ukuthi inkokheli zethu sikhona even amazing. We thank you for leadership. We thank you for ukubanika umqondo ukuthi basolwe kanjani. Khulekela wonke umphakathi ukuthi sibambane siwakhe lo mphakathi ube muhle kakhulu. Sicela egameni likaJesu Kristu. Amen.
I-purpose of the day.
Ngiyabonga program director. Sanibona nonke etendeni. Igama lami uMduduzi Shabangu, HOD for Water and Sanitation. Ayine mvula. Ayine. Yana ayine i-reservoirs sayibeka la eThwathwa. Abahlali base-eThwathwa bakhalile ngo-2016 bathi abanamanzi. And as a city, yithi lawa sibuyile sizoreporta ku-abantu baseThwathwa ukuthi khona manje kusukela khona manje angeke nto ne-problem yamanzi. Siyakha i-reservoir, siyakha i-pump station, sinama-stakeholders wethu la i-rainwater ikhona, even if abafakanga ibhene yabona. Sina i-ERVAT ikhona, National Department of Water and Sanitation ikhona. So abantu baseThwathwa, we are blessed today. That's why kunemvula. So angeke ngi-introduce abanye abantu ku-MMC we-Water and Sanitation ukhona uzo-introduce ama-delegates wethu wa-today. The main purpose ukuthi ngibonga nina abantu baseThwathwa ukuthi sibambisane siyakhe le reservoir. Without nina le reservoir angeke ibakhona. And as long as our disturbance kwakha le reservoir. Ngicela ukuthi going forward ku-amanye ama-project lezi kanjalo. Le reservoir also izosupporta izinto lezizo-akhiwa la eThwathwa. So before sakha izinto, because yenza yonke into kumele sibe namanzi okuqala. So siyabonga umphakathi ukuthi nizile nizosimamela today. So le reservoir le i-capacity yakhona is 10 megaliters. 10 megaliters ifana na 10,000 liters of bottle of water la izoba khona la kule reservoir. So even if law disturbance, i-rainwater decide ukuthi ingasinikeza amanzi what that day, sizokhona ukuthi sikhona ukusuplya umphakathi for 24 hours kule reservoir while i-rainwater isalungisa i-problem lebanayo ngale. So ngicela ukuthi si-protect le reservoir ibe yethu as a community. Abantu bavandalizayo, abantu batshontshayo kuma-reservoir or abantu bazogolisa amanzi wethu, kona ukuthi sibabambe siba-reporte ku-the city. So this is the purpose of us to be here today, to introduce and to unveil the decommission of the reservoir, eThwathwa reservoir. Kune-tower lezoyakha lapha. Le tower leya ile izosupply high-lying areas. Sine-problem ye-pressure la. eThwathwa i-flat, so asikhona ukusupply ezinye indawo. So that's why kumele siphakamise amanzi ayephezulu ukuthi sizokhona ukusupply to the furthest yase-eThwathwa. So le project le e-tower izophela ngo-2020. So lento siyenzayo la si-decommissiona i-project zethu kancane kancane. Sisithathe nge-Khombisa pump station, khona manje siza ne-reservoir, ne-pump station lesizo-akha la, and then zophelela ne-tower lesizo-decommission. Ngiyabonga.
Because of amaphepha wethu la singaboni kahle, kodwa siyacabanga ukuthi asenzanga kahle because of asitakabi welcomed, because fanele si-welcome u-ward councillor. So ngicela uCouncillor uJerry eze ngaphambili azos-welcome ukuze sibone ukuthi sikhululekile sisekhaya. Over to you, Councillor.
Mayor warona, Mayor Mzwandile Masina, MMC of Water and Sanitation, Mamukele, HODs present, councillors present as well, all officials, stakeholders, mphakathi waseThwathwa wonkana, all protocol observed. Mayor, On behalf of Abahlali baseThwathwa, we would like to thank you in particular and your collective for this magnificent project. We've been suffering for many years ago, and now the thing, low pressure, in Ethwata around the areas, it will be the thing of the past. So we would like to thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, and your collective MMC. Also, Barudi, we know that it's not only even issue reservoir. The current administration under the leadership of stewardship of Comrade Mzwandile, the SMA, also they make intervention around issue of Isuwa and Etwat. They complement one another. We are very proud and humbled for his tenure as a mayor. For the problem ever running on for many years. Now it becomes the thing of the past. We really would like to thank you, Mayor, and your collective. And also, Mayor, I can affirm, standing here today, that they are even saying that they are all going to vote on the 8th of May, and they are going to vote for the ANC. Thank you very much.
So I-item today sidewalk izoyeka okwamanje. Zobe sesiyaqhubeka senze i-handover ye-completion certificate. Ngicela ucontractor obekade akhanda eze ngaphambili, HOD Water and Sanitation eze ngaphambili, u-MMC we-Energy Water and Sanitation eze ngaphambili.
Watching as the introduction, in there, la contract and a consultant. Until the project is so I'm asking to find out we need, but law we need today, you know the reservoir. So the fellow which is consultant, I hand them over the contract. I put my pen, pull it down. This was the oversight as some food. The contractor, I hand over each, I put my pen, pull it down. Since the one of us is a legend.
Mina always so we have a wash as Baba actually TVC over seasons when tank and Paraman no Babu contractor who who represent HTE construction because the worker structure is big, specialized first and foremost. But in the end, we are winners. Silo Singari, we are still winners. So,
morning. This is Katiso Malika from HTE Construction. But everybody around the Tata knows me as KG. All I'd like to say is it's been a long road coming. We've faced our challenges, but here we are. And I'm happy I was part of this team that delivered this magnificent project. Thank you.
Now what was this one and the one from Nyama? As far as this hand. So the handover process starting from consultant to the contractor, and then the contractor to the department. And then sengizolidlulisela our political head, MMC Ngeti. Okay, sekanjalo ngizonikeza i-program director uzosidirector ukuthi khona manje kumele siyenzeni nathi si-followa i-program program director.
Ngiyabonga. Ngicela ukucheck kuyezwakala lapha emuva. Seniyezwa manje. Siyabonga. Ngicela ukubiza ama-stakeholders wethu esisebenzisana nawo. From Airbat, from Rainwater, and from National Department of Water and Sanitation. Ngizokala introduce i-stakeholder sethu Mr. Eddie Singo from Rainwater. Bese introduce Osasi Laura Roda from Airbat. Wahlelo lokukhuluma ngicela ukuthi kuqale i-Airbat. Airbat umntwana wala ekhaya umntwana we-water and sanitation from Ekurhuleni. Bese siyaqhubeka sicela i-Rainwater iqhubeke, then u-national mayengena naye uzoqhubeka kanjalo. Ngiyabonga.
Everybody? I'm presenting Ekurhuleni, which is an entity of the city of Ekurhuleni, and of course the community of Davidton. We are here today to support the city of Ekurhuleni and to celebrate with the community of Davidton on the completion of this fantastic project, where you are now proud co-owners of this the 10 megaliter reservoir and also the pressure truck tower that is currently under construction. Ekurhuleni, as a specialist in water and wastewater management and operation, will support the city and the community of Davidton in the management and operation of the reservoir and pump station, as well as ensuring that the quality of the water is 100% safe to drink, and that we are doing through our SANAS accredited Airbat laboratory. Some of my colleagues, I forgot to mention the colleagues from Airbat, which are also present to support us today. We have also our CSI division here, and we are always working and supporting any programs in the community related to a clean, safe environment, especially under water and wastewater care. And lastly then, I would just like to say to the community that water is life and water is a precious resource. And we must always keep that in mind when we open our taps and clean, safe drinking water flows through our taps, that we must always remember to save water. Thank you very much.
Ayakhona e-Airbat yibo laba ababhekele lamanzi esesiwasebenzisile. Cela ukuhenda over to Renat.
Sanibona. Ninjani. My name is Eddie Singo. I'm here with Os Mutlatsi and Os Buzekwa. I am representing Rand Water. Now, Umama Ukale, right in the middle, Agakalanga Rand Water, but will correct that. But I think let me start by appreciating the executive mayor, the MMC, and all the councillors that are here, Rutinzo as well. Now, as Rand Water, we are excited to be here. Executive Mayor, you are launching the reservoir at a time when people think no state-owned entity or a municipality can commission a project of this nature. So it is possible that we can be able to do it. I know a lot of big projects happened many years ago, but today we are launching a 10 megaliter reservoir here. Now 10 megaliter reservoir, just to explain, I think he forgot some few zeros. 10 megaliter is 10 million liters. That's what this reservoir will be giving the community of Edward. Now, as Rand Water 2016-2017, we ran with the municipality or the city when you were struggling with water, when Rand Water's cables were stolen and you ran dry. And at that time, we then knew between ourselves and the city that we needed a reservoir for this place, because it became the first one to run out of water. But without that reservoir, Rand Water also struggled because we couldn't maintain our pipes because we needed to keep the pressure and it was difficult even to get here. So what this reservoir is doing, one, we will then be able to work on our infrastructure without interrupting the supply of water to Edward. And I think this is one thing that we need to then applaud the city. It is a good thing that they've done. Now, the fact that we've got this reservoir, there are two things that are very important. One, South Africans think we've got a lot of water. We don't. We are a very water scarce country. Yes, we are a very water scarce country. Someone was asking me that it's raining this side and the Valdem is low. As we speak, Valdem is between 67 and 70%, which is not good. We have to manage that so that we don't get to the Cape Town state where they don't have water at all. How do we then manage that? Between ourselves and the city, we've got an agreement, the IVRS agreement, that they'll be saving 15% of water. We are happy that in the past few months, we've been seeing between 5 and 7% reduction in water. They still need to get to 15%. They can't get there unless Tina, as Abahlali, help them, so that we don't get to a day when we don't have water at all. So it is very important that we manage that. But we also appreciate the relationship that we've got with the city. We've just signed a memorandum of understanding with Edward in terms of assisting each other where we need them and where they need us. So the city has always been very important to us, and we cherish that relationship. With all that said, we want to congratulate the city, and we are available to provide that assistance. The head of department has just indicated that there's a tower that is being built. We've just had a discussion today as well. There's more support that Rand Water will be providing to the city to make sure that both the reservoir and the tower, they constantly have water. I think Edward just mentioned a statement that is very important. You see, without electricity, you can switch on lights, a candle. You can go outside and make fire, but without water, it becomes a problem. There's nothing that can do. So it therefore becomes important that all of us, as much as we've got water, all of us save this water that we've got, because water is life. Thank you.
Mama Ulungile Zulu, who represents the National Department.
Sanibonani, ninjani? Siyaphila. It's such a beautiful occasion in We are here to congratulate the city of Ekurhuleni for its nation abasebenzi. I think I'm saying on what my colleagues have already covered, but I want to insist on what the last speaker has just spoken on the importance of us now playing our part. The city has played their part, pump station as the community, and they're making water available. I need to know what Punja Nugabinamanzi. I need to understand which Buzwara. So today we're saying the city has done us proud. Basipa is station, Basendelindle, which is even access to water. But now we are requesting you as a department to play your role. Nani jalali ndimayeni. Umsebenzi wenu as a community ngane kakhulu ukuthi ni save amanzi. Ningawamusha amanzi, ungathi ngoba namhlanje namanzi then you leave your tap open running amanzi edlalela abantwana abadlala ngawo. Kuyi responsibility yethu as the community. Akusiyo responsibility now of the city ukuthi ihambe izozimbanela amanzi emakhaya ethu. Angithi siyavumelana phakathi. Kuyi responsibility yethu emakhaya ukuthi singathi mangabe sithatha amabhali sivulela amanzi agcwala ubhavu wonke or uthatha ishower ye-hour longa yethu. Kuyi-umsebenzi wenu isithi ayikwazi ukuza kanjalo. As a department sizothi siyalibongela phakathi wase-eThwatha for what the city has done for you, and sizocongratulate i-city for what they have done as well. But we are saying we like to cela nina mphakathi ukuthi nidlale irole yenu nani niwasave amanzi kubuhlungu ungabi namanzi sekushiwo from rainwater ukuthi siyikhandla eshoda ngamanzi so kuwumsebenzi wethu thina njengomphakathi to ensure ukuthi amanzi siyawasave nawe sinawo amanzi asiwasave senzele sure ukuthi nama-generations alandelayo akwazi ukuba ne-access to water because kuyoba buhlungu ngelinye ilanga ukuthi sesithi masivule impompi yethu emakhaya sithole ukuthi amanzi awekho kanti awekho le la iqale khona ngenxa yokungabi responsible kwakho as the member of the community. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Uthanda ukusho ku-department ekhona la i-water energy ukuthi MMC kubo konke ama-item wangena no-HOD besibona ngazuthi ithatha isikhathi eside ukwakha le reservoir and ngiyacabanga ukuthi mayiqala I was part yokuthi ngibe khona ngangizobona political ukuthi lezinto enizibhalayo okanye lezinto ezidiscusswayo ku-executive ziyayenzeka na but sithanda ukusho ukuthi siyabonga siyacabanga ukuthi kuma-items i-oversight sizobabhayas ku-water ukuthi water iya-implement izinto ezikhulumayo so thank you very much so esikhathini samanje ngizocela ku-MMC we-energy water and sanitation ukuthi eze ngaphambili azosi-introducela umeya wethu.
But before that, Executive Mayor, I thought, let me give you the global picture of the statistics in terms of accessibility of water. That 202 Human Development reports that 2.4 billion people in the developing world lack access to basic sanitation and 1.1 billion have no access to clean drinking water. It is for this reason that as the department we came with this program which we call Aqualip, which everybody in the city, everybody was saying, what is this Aqualip? These reservoirs are part of that Aqualip. I want to introduce our executive mayor of the city, of Ekurhuleni, the city of peace, the city of Aerotropolis, which connects Southern Africa to Africa and to the world. Help me to put our hands together for our Executive Mayor, Councillor Mzwandile Masina, as he comes forward.
Thank you very much, MMC. Let me take this opportunity to greet members of the mayoral committee who are here today. Greet our pastor, Pastor Zo, fellow councillors who are here from the oversight committee, senior management from Rail Water, Evert, and the National Department of Water and Energy. Most importantly, the community of this area in Ekurhuleni, members of the media, and all the invited guests that are here today. Thank you very much for affording us this opportunity to see the line Paratini, deliver my services. Before I came inside the hall here, there were members of the community, and I want to believe that some are here, inside us here, who came to raise a very pertinent concern about the land question, about human settlement, and we have already agreed on how we are going to deal with that question. We've agreed that we will set up a small committee, meet the landowner by Tuesday next week, and we take the matter forward and we'll feed back to the community in terms of what's going on. Now, we're here because there are fewer pleasures from us who are in the public office than to stand before you to say we have delivered a service to yourselves. And this service is not just a service of this generation here at Cllr, it's a service for generations to come. Even our children will benefit from this reservoir. It is therefore a pleasure and privilege on my side to stand before you today and present the commissioning of this new reservoir in extension 19, as well as the pump station that is at Kombiza. Over the past few years, we have received a number of complaints from the residents and communities of this area, in particular the extension 19, where they have been battling with stable supply of water. And the crisis has resulted in many various factors, amongst them the growing demand that is informed by the growing population. So, umphakathi wethu la endaweni yokuhlala ukhula at a very fast pace that we need to have social amenities to respond to the communities, not just water, energy as well, schools, clinics, and all other social amenities. But because water is not just a source of life, but a constitutional right recognized, they don't have social amenities like water, like electricity, and so on and so on. It is always important to make sure that you create a settlement in an orderly manner that you can provide those services. Then our ambulance and our police can go and service the communities. All these things become critical. So, as a city, we are saying that the provision of water to the residents of Ekurhuleni is a demonstration on our part that we are committed to uphold the Constitution in pursuit of the better life for all. Just a month ago, the country celebrated National Water Week, and this week-long awareness promotion took place at the backdrop of serious challenges that the country is facing in the area of supply of water. Our country's water challenges are not just a simple question of service delivery, but a question of geography, how our land, the type of land that we are in is located. South Africa is a water scarce country, as our colleagues have said, and this means that we have a lack of fresh water resources to meet the water demand from different communities. So that's why you see the slogan of water and sanitation. It says, water is life. This is due in part to the erratic rainfall and high levels of evaporations in different parts. This means that most of the waters that we receive from the rainfall is lost because we don't have measures to contain that water. Over the past few years, nearly every region in our country has experienced some form of drought and water shortages, as one example was mentioned here about Cape Town. But since 2013, South Africa has been receiving a dangerously low rainfall, which is a concern, with 2015 seeing the lowest annual total record since 1904. So this should be worrying to us to say that maybe the issue of global warming is now a reality. We must make sure that we work together collectively, responsibly, even in our own private homes, to make sure that we preserve water. The drought that has resulted from this came at the back of the conservative years of below average rainfall, causing the country's average dam level to decrease to below 50%, and we're hearing that the VAL is at 67%, which is quite low. We need to make sure that we always have water in those areas. Our country's rivers have also been categorized as a very low flow, with more than 60% of the current water levels, which is what is of concern to us. And the reason why we don't want to build this dam and go without talking to you as members of the community. We want to build a mutual relationship of what is the problem and why this facility is important for our future, for our generation, because water is life. While this picture that I'm talking about here might seem scary, the African National Congress-led government that is in coalition here in the city, we have been working very hard to ensure that potential water crisis is averted. Amongst many investment and interventions that we have done with our national government, we have made the National Water and Sanitation Master Plan, which we intend to use it as a guide for water sector with investment planning and development. And MMC mentioned just one project of the Upper Lip. We are going to be investing over the next 5 years over 8 billion rand in the Upper Lip service to make sure that the water infrastructure in the city of Ekurhuleni is up to scratch. The master plan is based on the key objectives that are defined the new normal for water and sanitation management, and seek to achieve, amongst other things, the universal water and sanitation provision, the equitable sharing and allocation of water resources, and effective infrastructure management, operation and maintenance, amongst others. This development is a first of South Africa and demonstrate of the work of this government is doing to ensure better life for all. Because without the citizens, there will be no country. The city of Ekurhuleni, on the other line, with this objective, we have now established this program called Ekurhuleni, with the aim of addressing water infrastructure and address the water capacity constraint that are caused by the unmatched growing demand, as I've stated. In our last stage of the city address that took place about a month ago, we communicated our various interventions, and we have made since we were elected into office in 2016. We further gave detailed information about the intervention that are in the pipeline. Just to remind, to recap, we indicated that the city of Ekurhuleni will be embarking in building additional 29 reservoirs in 2018-19 to 2021 with a storage capacity of 550 megaliters of water, which is equivalent to 550 million liters of water within the city of Ekurhuleni, so that no person from the city goes to sleep without water. We've also made a promise that 9 reservoirs with a combined storage of 140 megaliters will commence before June. And I'm aware, HOD, that the work is now underway and we should be able to achieve this so that all the parts of Ekurhuleni must have access to water. Barely a month since we made this commitment, we are here today standing before the community to say that this pump station and the reservoir is now ready, which is instigated to solve the continuous problem of water shortages, especially the pressures, the low pressure levels that we experience here in the city. We did this by constructing an additional 10 megaliters of the reservoir to augment the capacity of the existing reservoir supply zone. We also constructed a new 1.1 megaliter storage, which is a tower that's going to provide us with the high pressure water in the zone, and as well as it's being constructed, and very soon we'll also be launching that so that we can ensure that all the parts of Ekurhuleni are covered. Now, what does this facility mean to the people of this area in Etwato? This is one facility we must safeguard. I am happy that even when there was a simmering protest, the protesters stayed away from the reservoir because it's an important facility and it's a dangerous facility. You can imagine what 10 million liters of water will do. It will flood the whole area. So it's a big area that you must always protect to make sure that we are able to benefit from it. So we're saying that beyond the staged supply of water for the community that you will now be enjoying, the establishment of this reservoir and pump station also has an implication for local economy. The growth and development of all sectors of our economy depend on the availability of water. This is equally true for small businesses here in the township, especially those who are doing car washes, who have crèches, hair salon, tuck shops, and other businesses. So all these businesses, they tend to suffer when there is no water, worst of all our clinics and hospitals in our area. So therefore, it is important that this facility is always protected by all of us. Unlike other large enterprises that might have funds to have alternative water supply, normally small businesses, we have found that they don't have an alternative. They depend on what the state provides. Therefore, we must ensure at all material times that we provide electricity for all our citizens. Without water, these small businesses will effectively die, and those who suffer the most are the families in our own communities, because we derive lots of income. They take our children to school from these small businesses, as we know that the issue of unemployment is rife, and we are doing everything possible as the ANC-led government to ensure that we create work opportunities for our people. The grandchildren of Ugo who might be making amagwinya somewhere, or siblings of a young person who could be running car wash in order to help their families, they all put a meal on the table through the supply of water. Therefore, it will be important for us to understand in context why we are doing this. Including single mothers who run their own hair salon from their backyard, they raise their children using the income that they get from those water facilities. We also have a collective responsibility as the community to ensure that we protect the infrastructure of the city that we have invested. We've invested almost 65 million rand of this facility, and I'm sure other costs will come as we complement other projects. So I want to caution against any possible vandalism of this facility and say that this is not the facility of the city of Ekurhuleni, but it is a facility of the community of Etwato, in particular Ward 19. So safeguard this. It gives me a great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to launch this important reservoir and pump station. Water is your right, and we as the municipality are committed to protecting this right that is enshrined in the Constitution. We are committed to service delivery, and we are committed to working to ensure that the city continues to work and deliver your services. We will continue providing the 9 kiloliters of water for free to our citizens and 100 kilowatts of electricity for free to our citizens, because in other metros next door to us, they are no longer providing those. we are seeing our communities suffering more and more. With those few words, Madam Program Directors, I would like to thank you and declare the reservoir open and hand it to the community of this area. Thank you very much.
Sifunda emaphepheni kodwa abahlali banenhlanhla ukuthi beze babone ukuthi i-service delivery u-executive mayor kakhulu ngayo emaphepheni kuma-radio kodwa ekudoneni siya-implementa. So okuzokwenzakala manje ukuthi ngizocela u-executive mayor, u-MMC, HOD, DH project, umanager, ucontractor, i-media ne-guest, ama-councillors wonke akhona nomunye ku-oversight, but all councillors sihambe sokhatha i-ribbon. But mina
Thank you.